Hi everyone! Look what came in the mail today! I just talked about it in my unboxing video of the Deck of the Bastard just yesterday because I wanted to use these ink pads on my Deck of the Bastard, obviously. So I'm pretty happy it's already here and I can make a video for you. These are the ink pads I ordered. They came in this set of 4. So I have the colors Antique Linen, Vintage Photo, Walnut Stain, and Black Soot. I will have use for all of them actually, because I want to use those two, mainly the Antique Linen, but a bit of the Vintage Photo as well, on my Deck of the Bastard to give it this used look. I want to use, well, maybe I use the Vintage Photo, I'm not quite sure right now. Maybe this one, or I'll use the Walnut Stain on my trimmed Druidcraft Tarot. And I want to use the Black Soot on my Ludi Lescott, which I think would look quite stunning with just black edges. So I prepared something for you so you can see the actual outcome, and so I could kind of train a bit or exercise, or whatever you might call it. So this is a just standard white deck. I haven't used this one much, just a couple of cards, so you can see they're really white on the outside. And now, just to see the difference, I'm just adding 4 cards I prepared, or I worked on with the Antique Linen. Let me give me a second to adjust it. Okay, so now you can see it's a different deck, so it's a tad bit smaller, but it already looked quite used, so there's not that like huge of a difference to it. So I wanted to compare it to really white borders or white edges. So you can see this has a pretty used and smudged and kind of dirty look to it, like similar to what cards really look like if you use them a lot. So I will show you the original deck I took them from, and you will see that the difference not that big because it's a deck I really used much. So you can see on the left, maybe here at the bottom you can see it a bit. At the left are the cards that I worked on with the ink pad, and to the right are the cards that were just worn out or worn off, or I don't know, but they were just used. So it's a really similar looking stain. I really like that because that's what I wanted. I wanted them to look used. I don't want them to look like I tried to make them look used, but I wanted them to really have this kind of used look. So I really think this is awesome. In addition, I made samples of all the other stains as well. So I'll add it. You can see now to the left, the darker, like a light brown almost, is this is the Vintage Photo ink. Now I'm going to add the Walnut Stain, which is a pretty dark brown. I hope you can see that. And to the, now I added the black. I think it's quite visible, the differences in the colors. So good thing about it is the cards, I wasn't that thorough, but you can kind of, if you got some, like here I got some black ink just on the cards, and you can wipe it off because the cards were laminated, whereas the edges weren't. So you're not going to stain your cards, which I really like, whereas the side of the card still is pretty stained. So I think this is great to know. And another thing I thought of importance is that it'll take some time for them to dry. So, or they'll smudge all over the place. So that's why I kind of lay down some kitchen roll so I can just place the cards to let them dry. Okay, I'm gonna put my phone into my tripod and I'll just gonna show you a couple cards, just how I'm working on them, and after that I'm going to cut to the finished result. Okay, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back now. I am going to start with the Ludi Lescott Tarot because it already got black borders on the back and on the front. So if I'm messing up, because I mean I'm just doing this for the first time, if I'm messing up it's not that bad because you won't be able to see it, or I won't be able to see it. So you have these ink pads here. This is the black soot, I think it was called. Yes, black soot. And I'm just taking the card, I'm taking the ink pad, I'm just going around the edges like this. And after I've done all 4 edges, I'm just putting the card down, taking the next one, and just working my way around. You already can see I can't talk. I mean, I never can talk in my videos. I should stop apologizing for it. But I don't know if you can see the difference already. So I will make a couple more cards. I'm just, like I said, I'm just pulling the card through the ink pad, just lightly. I'm not pushing down too much because I don't want the ink to get on the card itself. I just wanted to get on the edges. So like I said, I'm just pulling the card through the ink. Very easy. Making a couple more, and I'll let them dry, and I'm going to show you just what it looks like. So, okay. I will stack them together now. Trying not to smudge them, because as I said, they need some time to dry. But I think it'll be okay. Just very carefully stacking them. Okay, and so now you can see, let me stand up to see if you can really see it. Well, yes, I think this is just, I'll take another stack of cards without the treatment so you can see the difference. So this is the cards without the treatment. This is the cards with the treatment. So it's like, oh, really nice and black. Just the way I wanted them to be. Okay. I see my fingers are all black now red as well, but you can wash it off. Oh, I think I've read about this, and excuse my squeaking chair, but I've read that the distress ink is not waterproof. But I mean, let's be honest. Who wants to kind of wetten their tarot deck? So I mean, we all want to keep them nice and dry. So I don't think that's an issue with them. They might wear off after a while, but again, I don't see the problem with it because you can reapply the ink if you want to. I don't think, I haven't seen them, I mean, these just dried for a couple of minutes, so they haven't dried like for hours or so, and still I'm taking like my my wrist here and I'm smudging them all over. I'm really smudging, you can see that, right? And nothing. So it doesn't smudge off on your fingers when you riffle shuffle or just when you shuffle the deck. So I don't think that's an issue with the ink. Okay, I will finish the Ludi last card and I'll be right back. See you later. All right, so I'm back. I finished the Louis Lascott tarot. It's still drying up here. You can't probably see it, but I want to leave it there just for a couple more minutes to let it dry just a bit more, so I don't stain my fingers that much. But I mean, that's too late, obviously. They're already pretty stained. While the Ludi Lascott tarot is drying, I wanted to start with my Druidcraft tarot. If I hadn't trimmed this tarot, I wouldn't stain it now. But just because I trimmed it, it got just a bit uneven, and the edges just, they're not that nice anymore. I mean, I used it quite a lot, and it's just, I don't know, I think it might look just a tad bit better if the edges were stained. I think. Just a bit more even in a way. I'm going to use the vintage photo with the Druidcraft tarot because I think the walnut stain just is too dark for the effect that I want to have. I'm a bit nervous, I have to say. I'm more nervous, a lot more nervous than I was with the Louis Lascott, because there are no borders here to cover up my mistakes. And I love this. I love the Druidcraft dearly, so I'm a bit in a struggle right now. But whew, I'm taking a deep breath, and we'll try this. Wish me luck, please. Oh my goodness, I'm really nervous. Oh my god. Okay. Whew. You can do this. Okay, so this one went quite well. I'm going to, I don't know, probably you can't see it on camera, but there are just very small like edges where I cut the cards. So I'm gonna stain those just on the back. So because the color is pretty much the same color as the back, so that's quite nice. Okay, so now it's flawless on the back. I think I did well. I mean, there's no stains on the front of the card. So you can't see it at all, can you? But there's nothing. I think it's just the outside. So keep your fingers crossed, please. I hope this will work out. Okay. It might actually work out the way I planned it. Oh, this is such a relief. You can't really tell, but I was so, I was pretty scared before I started, but I think it might work out just fine. We'll see after I've done the first stack, and you can to kind of see better what I've done, because right now it's not, you cannot see that much. And again, just covering up the little white edges. Just a bit. I'm kind of I'm not putting the card on the ink pad in a 90-degree angle, but I'm just flipping it a tad bit to the back side. So I'm ensuring that I'm not putting ink on the front, because I don't mind if there's ink on the back, because it's pretty much the same color. So I really don't mind that, but I don't want any color on the front. I mean, just maybe if there's just a very, very small amount, I don't mind, but I don't want the front to be stained. So I'm just flipping the cards just a tad bit to the back. I hope you can understand what I'm kind of rambling about right now, because okay, there's another white spot here, so I'm covering this one up. I think this will work nicely. A bit white up here. I'm very lightly tapping it. There is no pressure involved. Just very, very lightly tapping it to get rid of the white spots at the back. You can tell at how concentrated I am right now, because I'm not talking. I'm sorry, this is probably a pretty lame video to watch, but I'm not doing this on playing cards that I don't care about. It's one of my go-to decks, or just one of my favorite decks. So I'm really trying not to mess this one up. I needed about half an hour, a bit less, for the Louis Lascott Tarot. I can already tell that I will need more time for this one. But that's just the way it is. I mean, it's not as if I wouldn't like the Louis Lascott Tarot. It might sound like that. That's not the case. I really like it. I haven't bonded with it that much as I have with the Druidcraft, so that's the difference. And as I said, there were the Louis Lascott had the black borders, so they covered up every mistake that I made. So I wasn't that thorough, or that precise, I should say, with the Louis Lascott as I am right now. As I'm trying to be, I should say. Just a couple more and I'll show you what I've done so far. And then I'll do the rest off camera again, because let's be honest, it's not that exciting to watch. So but I want to stack up a couple cards so you can actually see the result, because if it's just 1 or 2 cards, or like 5 maybe, I doubt you will see it properly. Okay, one more, and then I'm going to stack them up for you so you can see. Oh, there's a little white spot on top of here, but it's a brown tree, so I'm gonna fill it in very lightly. I made a picture just before I started, so I can insert a before and after picture when I finished. I haven't done that with the Ludi last cut, but okay. Okay, I'm going to put these to the side. Here's the lid. Okay, I'm going to leave the Druidcraft Tarot just for a second, but I'm going to show you the Ludi last cut one. So, here's the finished result. Let's see, it's pretty awesome, I think. It's not perfect, of course. There are just a couple of white points or white patches, just very, very small. And you can already see it's just dried for a couple minutes again, like maybe 10 minutes. So it dries fairly quickly. But I wouldn't pack them away already. I'm going to leave them outside for a couple more minutes. But you can see, I really like the effect. It's just all black and beautiful. There's a hair. Ah, it doesn't want to come off. Okay, now we have it. So there is no difference to the front, as you can see, obviously. And there is no difference to the back. But like I said, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference because of the black borders. So I'm pretty excited and nervous for the Druidcraft right now. I'm going to stack the cards up just very carefully because they'll probably be still be wet. But we'll see how it came out. Oopsie. Stay. Okay. So this is what it's looking like. I have to go over the edges again, I think, because they're quite white still. Can you see it at all? Come on, focus up here, please. But it's pretty much the same color as the back. So if I'm just lightly spreading them out, you can't tell the difference really, and that's because of the sides. But here you can see it's pretty white still on the focus on my hand, please. Come on, thank you. On the edge. So I think I have to go over the edges again and just maybe go over the edges twice so they get enough color. I think the rest is pretty good. Oh, I'm a bit relieved right now. And there's no stains. You can see there's no color on the front of the cards. Here's just a tad bit, but you can smudge it away. You can see. So I think that's great. Oh, I'm relieved. And here there was a bit color as well, but you can, like I said, because the cards are laminated, you can kind of wipe it away. So that's a plus because it's not that scary to do. Okay, I'm going to finish the Druidcraft, and then I'll be back just with the deck of the bastard. All right. Okay, I'm back again. I finished the Druidcraft Tarot, and I already worked on the deck of the bastard as well, because it was just the same step, but I used the antique linen for the deck of the bastard. As I said, I treated the deck of the bastard already. Just it's just this bit more yellow now than it was before. But what I want to do now with this deck, and I wanted to show you that, is something I tried on these cards here. Let me stand up to see if you can see it at all. Come on, focus please. Focus on this deck. All right. So I treated just the corners of these cards with the vintage photo ink, and just the very top, on the sides and the bottom. Just because if you grab a deck, you usually grab it at the sides, or at least I do. So this is the part where most of the time the fingers touch the cards, and I rifle shuffle this way, or riffle shuffle this way. So this is where my thumb is, and this is where my other fingers are. So I had to kind of focus on these points, and usually edges just or corners do smudge or do get dirty the fastest. So I just going to grab a couple of cards. So I'm gonna do this treatment on just each card individually, but I'm grabbing just a stack of cards like this much. I'm aligning them, and then I'm just, am I in frame? Yes, I am. So now I'm just going over the edges, and I'm smudging it with my finger. So in this process you'll get dirty hands. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm just going over the edges just a bit, smudging. And I'm using a stack of cards because I don't want this to look similar or the same for each and every card. So I have to, and I'm going on the middle, a bit dirty. As you can see, I'm just smudging here a bit more, just to make it a bit more dirty and let it peel just a tad bit more dirty. Okay, to the side. I have to kind of get some gradient in here. Just taking the color down a bit further. And again, just a bit in the middle. Very randomly. I don't want any like pattern going here. I'm just very randomly adding some of the darker color here. It's not that easy to smudge it with these cards. I don't know why. It was much more easy with the playing cards. But alright, we'll figure it out. Maybe I can just go like this. Yeah, that's all. I like this. Maybe that's the better option, to use your finger just straight from the beginning to kind of get the effect. Yes, I like that a lot more. So I'm going on using my finger for this. Just tapping my finger on the ink and smudging on the cards. I just want them to look dirty and old and used, like well-loved cards. To be honest, even if it would smudge onto the cards, it doesn't matter because they're already looking like that. But so now you can see the difference. You have these cards here, all smudged and all dirty. These are the cards that I did before. So I really like the effect of this because it really looks old and dirty and used now. Okay, I'm going to do this with the rest of the cards. And I'll be right back. Bye. All right, I'm done. It took quite some time, I have to say. Like the overall process of it took quite some time. Just a couple of hours now. So I'm a bit exhausted. And I'm happy I don't have to do any more decks, so I'm done. I washed my hands, but I still look, well, like crap. But that's all right. That's what happens to you if you do something like this. Before I show you the finished results of all the decks, I just wanted to say something like overall, something. Oh my goodness, you can tell that I'm done. I can't even talk. First, yes, it's as easy as it looked. So there's no science to this. It's really easy handling, I have to say. So I'm pretty impressed. I wasn't expecting that. So this is definitely great. You just have to bring yourself to do this, which can be quite, well, difficult, as it was with the Druidcraft for me. Because, to be honest, the process of doing the Druidcraft wasn't very different from like doing the Ludi Lescott. It just was this barrier in my mind. It's all in your head. Overall, it wasn't more challenging or more difficult than it was with the Ludi Lescott. I just had to kind of blast some music. I listened to 30 Seconds to Mars and some old CDs of Muse and stuff like that, and just blasting it high level, like very loud, to kind of get my mind off like my worries or my worrying for this deck. So this worked. Maybe it will work for you as well. Okay, now on to the finished results. I've already shown you the Ludi Lescott, but I will do again just because it's done now. And just look at this. I really, really love this. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I think of doing this to the Steampunk Tarot as well, but I'm not too sure about this right now, because the Druidcraft, oh my goodness, the Steampunk Tarot by Barbara Moore and Ellen Fell, it kind of tends to wear off or to chip at the edges just pretty easily. So I thought of doing this to the edges to kind of color over the chipped parts. But for now I don't want to. For now I'm done. But like I said, I really, really love the look or the finished look of the Ludi Lescott. I really love it. It's so gorgeous. It's so beautiful. Here's the Druidcraft. So like I said, it's almost the same color, the exact same color as the backs. And I really like it. So gorgeous. It looks a bit like, I don't know, like wood or like earth. And as I already said in a different video, I think the Druidcraft is my earthiest deck. So it has a very earthy, a very grounding feel to it. So it's very appropriate for it to look like that. And I really like it. Beautiful. I mean, images like this were like the easiest to do because of the dark colors and the brown. So if some color spread it or came onto the picture, it really didn't matter. Whereas these pictures, I really hated those because I had to take so much care. And there are just, you can see just a tad bit of color here, but I think I really don't mind. I think it looks gorgeous. Again, with Carnunos, it really didn't matter at all. So, like I said, I really like it and I'm really happy. And I think it looks, just overall, it looks a tad bit more even now with the brown edges. And now on to my baby. The reason why I bought this ink, which was obviously the Deck of the Bastard. And this is the finished result. Doesn't it look gorgeous? Oh. And as you can tell, I'm just focused on the middle parts and the edges. So the parts where the cards would, well, wear off first, or smudge first, or get dirty first, just because of fingers gripping them like all the time. So here you can see again, I haven't shuffled them, so there might be, like, you can see those stack of cards that I used, but I think once I've shuffled them, you really can't tell anymore. And I really like how it came out. I think it goes well with the back of the cards. And I really like how it goes with the front. So it really looks used and old. So I really like it. Okay, so that's it. I'm done. Like I already said, it's very easy. It's very easy handling. So if you want to try it out, just do it. Just bring yourself to do it. It's all in your head. All your fears are in your head. That's it. If you try this out on your own decks, I would love to see the pictures as usual, or videos. So please put those links in the comment box below, and I will insert some before and after pictures right after I said goodbye. So I wish you all a beautiful day. Have a nice day. Until next time, bye.